What's up, internet? Soul Control here, back at you with another video. And you can Twitch me at Soul Control 1. You can TikTok me at Soul Control 1. And we are all with Gaming Kaiju. Yo, check out the site. All the information you need with your favorite games across all platforms. Some good information, updates. We keeping everything nice and crispy and smooth and operational for the people. And so shout out to D Jackson, my homeboy Cronus. And so we about to get into Jason Voorhees. Jason Voorhees, he's a busted killer. I've been watching some of the content creators who are killer mains, and some that play a little bit survival, but that's not what they prefer because you get more wins as killer. And so, yeah, he has abilities where he can pretty much cover everything that needs to be covered as far as getting 4Ks in the game or just controlling the game in general. He has a special ability called Omnipresent Evil where he's undetectable. He has increased movement speed. He can hide in fog, and survivors can be sensed within the mist or within the fog. And he can see the footsteps. He can block windows. It's kind of like he has base bamboozled almost, right? And so he can stop you. A good killer that knows how to play survivor and just pretty much know how to stop the loop. You can do it with Jason. So he's very, very, very strong in his game. I mean, he can even make you scream with jump scare. So he has like base jump scare. And so, yeah, going up against Jason, my whole thoughts is at some point they're gonna nerf him because he just has way too much going on for himself. And so, like, for example, he can even throw spikes, right? So the fact that he could take a spike from the hook and throw it at you while in chase, that's pretty busted. Meanwhile, he can go to a scrap pile and pick up another spike, right? So some people will be like, well, Huntress, you know, she has, you know, maybe I think like 5 or 7 axes. And if it's iridescent, 1 just to take you down. And so, well, yeah, while that's all true, but the thing about the spike is, man, it's a sniper. Kind of like Deathslinger, right? Where he could just shoot you just at point blank. And that's the same thing with the spike. So, like, if you're going through a pallet, it's not that easy to shift left or shift right. You know, because right when you're in between, you know, let's just say a rock, between 2 rocks, and there's a pallet there, he could just pierce right through that. He could just snipe you. I done seen shots where, like in Auto Haven, you know, no puns intended, this Jason was clean with the headshots, right? And so when the survivor's trying to duck that spear is able to give you headshots. You know, no puns. And that's what just makes him really a deadly killer, because a good killer, he's not going to miss. Right? He's really, really not going to miss. And, you know, I'm saying it's good to see a killer, you know, like Jason. He should have been in the game. Does he make things interesting? Yeah. But the way this game is now, it's so casual heavy, and I know people don't want to hear this, but man, this is even more reason why killers are going on streaks and why solo queue is really miserable. The fact that you have a killer that just can cover everything all at once, right? Like Spirit can phase, you know, but you can hear Spirit. You can you can almost read Spirit to the T. Whereas if I throw this pallet down right here, she's going to run into it. She's going to block it, but not with Jason. See, when Jason phases, when he goes into the mess, Jason can stop that. Because he can show up right at that looping spot or right at that window and just pretty much bamboozle it. And so, yeah, I think this is something that, needs to be fixed. I think that this is something that the devs really need to look at, because I can't imagine going up against Jason in 2v8s. 2v8s, you got to trap it into Jason. Man, you finished. Right? So now you have a killer that can stop the loop. But then at that, you placing a trap, another trap at that loop. Right? So he can stop the loop, and Trapper can place a trap right there at the loop as well. So just imagine trying to go to Killer Shack. You have a Trapper and you have a Jason. Jason's at the window, trap at the window. Jason's at the pallet, trap at the pallet. Right? And so, it's going to be miserable even, and of course you have people that really don't care. They enjoy their 2v8s. But at some point, when you have two good killers, especially if they're communicating and working together, 2v8s is going to be really, really hard, pause, to enjoy, because you got that. And a lot of people play 2v8s just to escape, just to have that escaping experience. Like, oh man, finally I can, get out. But, not if you have two great killers that know how to dominate the game. But overall, do I think he's a good fit? I really think that he's a good fit for the game. He is interesting to go up against. He's a lot of fun. As far as, something fresh, something new for the game. Now, I did notice that maybe like on the third day of his release, some people just went back to their main killers. Like, I played against a Wesker, so I'm thinking, like, I'm pretty sure that he bought Jason, but I think he was probably maybe losing a couple of games here or there, and Jens was flying, and he was like, man, forget this, Jason is a little bit too slow, it's too much time, to get to one place to another. I think that was probably said because, going up against Jason, I will be honest, like, Jens will fly. But, like I said, he's great at multitasking, so with the right perks with him, he don't got nothing to worry about. He got great Moris, two quick Moris, and of course he has his main one. And that's good, right? Because a lot of what they put into Jason, it makes sense with Jason. So I think he got it right, just like I think, Bubba, Wesker, Freddy, they all fit the bill as far as what it is that they can do or the power that they should have that's in the game. Like, it all makes sense. But is he OP? Yeah, absolutely he's OP. I can see probably some nerfs and things happening to him. But I will say he's also fun to go against. Alright everybody, man, that's my time. Man, I hope you all enjoyed the video. Like I said, please Twitch me at Soul Control 1, TikTok me at Soul Control 1, and catch us on Gaming, Kaiju. So yeah, I'll be streaming. You'll be hearing me complain. And so, man, check you guys out later. Love you guys. Peace.